Okay, so this was our task yesterday where we changed the title of the text. Okay, and today we have another task, and it's a simple task. It's a counter. So what is a counter? What is a counter?
Like generally?
Yeah, generally. Like what is counter generally? What does
I
counter
mean,
do?
a counter generally means table here that you a counter.
Uh,
But if
Something like
Like
basically like
adding something
yeah,
into
exactly.
what does
It's
it mean? Sorry,
it's an application where you can add, where you can subtract, and where you can
like a
reset.
calculator.
Not like that. Add. Wait, let me show you. Basically like this. Have you seen this counter? It's basically a tally counter.
Oh, okay.
Something
You
like
see
that.
how you see the table? That's what a counter.
Oh, no, not that. Not the receptionist counter. Basically this counter. We're talking about this
Oh,
counter.
okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay, like a number tracker.
Exactly, yes. So this is exactly what we have to do, and this counter, this number tracker, has a chip. Basically, anything that has a chip, it has coding involved. So the coding behind this chip, basically this counter, we are gonna inshallah implement today. Okay, and this counter is gonna have three buttons. Okay, and those three buttons are gonna say, I think these counters have three buttons. Wait, let me make it big so we can see it. So basically it has this button with the name of count, which is gonna increment it, and then we have this button of reset, that's gonna reset the counter, and then we have this LED button which is gonna make it glow, and we'll implement another button inshallah as well, which would have the decrease button. Okay, so our counter, our tally counter, is gonna have four buttons in total. I'm gonna implement the functionality of two, and the rest two is gonna be your homework. Okay, so in order to okay, well, first of all, first thing and really important thing is that you have to first do the designing, and then you have to implement the functionality. Okay, so we have to design the counter first. So it's going to be a fairly simple counter. Obviously we are not going to do this because again it's going to be a little time consuming. So in order to design, I'm going to use bootstrap, and I hope you guys haven't forgotten about bootstrap. So how do I include bootstrap? How do I include it?
You have to put it inside the head
Put what inside the head?
by copying it,
Copy what? We need to
the
copy what?
link,
We need to copy the
the
CDN.
link.
Yeah, the link, the
Yeah,
CDN.
this
So copy it, and inside the head I'm gonna paste it. Let's test it out. So I'm gonna say h1, and let's just salam or whatever you want to write. So is it included or not?
yeah.
Yes, because this the style change, the color change, the margins are padding and everything. Okay, so let's start with the designing. I'm going to open the console as well. So I'm going to take container. So what is the container? It's a div. It's a responsive div in Bootstrap. I'm going to say text center. So it's going to make everything go in the center. It's a Bootstrap class, okay. And then I'm going to have h1 with the class of display1. So what is this class going to do? What is display1 class going to do? It's coming from Bootstrap.
It's gonna make it bigger.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to make it bigger. So let's put 0 here for starters, and save it, and let's see. Yeah, we have 0 here. Wait, let me remove this. Always translate, never translate. Okay, so beneath this we're gonna have a button. What is the class of button in Bootstrap? What is the class for button?
BTN.
btn. Good. I want a red button. So what's gonna be the class?
You have to
Yeah, BDN and then dash.
The name of it, danger.
Danger. Yeah, good. So this one is gonna say decrease, and I'm gonna put my custom classes as well so I can target it in JavaScript. So I'm gonna say, let's say number. So this one I'm gonna say decrease. I'm gonna copy it down. I'm gonna say reset. What's the color for yellow? BDN what? Warning, good. Warning. And I'm gonna name it reset. This is my custom name. Okay, so I can target it in JavaScript. And for green, what was it? What was the class for green? Success. Good. And this one is gonna have the class of increase, and I'm gonna say increase inside it. Yeah, perfect. We have 3 buttons. Okay, the designing part is now ready. Now we have to implement JavaScript on it. First, let's create a sketch what we want to do. So when we click on this increase button, I want to increase this number. When I click on this reset button, I want to reset it, like it's gonna go back to 0. And when I click on decrease, I want to decrease the count. Okay, I'm gonna put another button here, and this one is, let's say I'm gonna have it outline and then primary, and this one is gonna say LED. So basically clicking on this button is, wait, let me make it go here, or maybe here, the first one. Okay, clicking on this button should make this glow. Okay, this one and the decrease one is gonna be your homework. This I'm gonna do, inshallah. Okay, so the designing is ready. Now we have to implement JavaScript, because this is the functionality and JavaScript is gonna make us do it. Okay, so where do I include my JavaScript? Where do I include the JavaScript? In the body. Yes, good. Good, for the closing tag and script. So what was the first question we need to ask ourselves? Like there was a rule I told you guys about. What was the first question we need to ask ourselves? Like, what do we want to work on? Okay, so what do we want to work on? Which elements do we want to work on? Which button? All the buttons. Yes. When I click on this button, I want to increase this count. So basically we want to work on the buttons, and we want to work on this H1 as well. So I'm gonna work with only these 2 buttons. You guys are gonna work with these all 4 of them. Okay, so let me get the heading. So I'm gonna say let count maybe. And how do I get something from HTML into JavaScript? What is the line? Document, good. And then dot.
Get.
Yes, and then
Get.
now there was something generic we use in order to get everything, like anything. Starts with a Q. It was querySelector. Yeah, querySelector. Document dot querySelector. It was a function. And what do we want to get? Like I want to get this element.
The H1.
Yeah, the H1, but it's going to select all of the H1s. I just want the first one. So what is the name of this H1? There was a custom name we've given.
Display.
There was a custom name we've given. Display one again is the bootstrap class. It was number. Okay?
Number.
So I'm going to put number. Okay? Now I just want to get, for starters, let's say I just want to get this button, this increase. So what is the name of this increase button? So I'm gonna, let's say, take a variable, and let's say I'm gonna call it ink. Okay, short for increase. How do I get it? How do I get the button from HTML to JavaScript? Good. Document, and then dot querySelector, good. And then querySelector is what?
And then parentheses.
Yeah, it's a function, so that's why parentheses. And then
The button success.
button success. We can have a lot of button success. There was a special name we've given to this button. There was a custom name we've given to this button. What was the custom name?
Fast button success. Increase.
Increase, yes. So this was the name we have assigned it. It's not coming from Bootstrap, because if we were to get this, we would have a lot of button success in our website. We just want to have this. Okay, so I'm going to put quotation marks and then I'm going to say increase. Okay, so for starters we have everything we need. So I want to attach what on this increase variant? What do I want to attach? What do I want to link on this button? Like we are listening for something. Like
so we want it to click.
We want to do, yeah, we want to listen for the click.
Action.
Yeah, what is a click? What is
Event.
Yes, good. It's an event. So we want to listen for the click event. And how do we listen for click event? What was the function? What was the function for listening to event listeners?
The
Add event
add
listener.
event.
Add event listener. Good. So on which element out of these two we want to listen for an event? Is it the count or is the increase button?
The increase?
The ink, yeah. So I'm going to say ink, and then how do I write it next? The next thing?
Add event listener.
Dot add event listeners.
Dot.
And then it's a what? What is add event listener?
Function.
A function, good. That is going to take how many parameters from us?
2.
2 parameters from us, good. The first one is?
Click.
What is click?
The type?
The type. Type of what? Like you need to know everything. Okay, that's why I'm asking a lot of questions. If you were to get this concept, everything is going to be easy afterwards.
Is it the type of function?
Nah, type of event. Okay, so click, as you said, is an event. So we want to listen to that type of event. So I'm going to say click here. So we want to listen for the type of event that is click. And the second parameter is what?
Function.
A function, good. And yeah, we have our the event listeners ready. So this functionality is only going to be performed when we click on this ink button. In order to confirm, I'm just going to say console.log, and let's say it's going to say click. Yeah, it's working. Perfect. Now on every click, what do I want to do? Okay, this is a big problem. We have to split it into smaller steps. So what do I want to do when I click on the button?
You want us to increase?
Yes, we want to increase.
Number?
Good. We want to increase this number. Okay, what is this number? We have already gotten it in our JavaScript. So how is it referred in our JavaScript? What is the name of this number in our JavaScript? Like in which variable is this h1 being held? This is the code. In which variable is the h1 being held?
The count?
Count, good. It's the count. So what do we want to do on every click?
You want it to increase?
Yeah, good. We want to increase what?
The number?
The number is stored in
Count?
count, good. So we want to increase count on every click, but there is only one problem, and that is, let me console log it. console.log count. Okay, so I'm gonna click it. So count is what? Count is the whole div. We cannot increase the whole div, like you cannot increase HTML. We just want the text that is inside this div, and we have discussed about this approach yesterday in our class. How do we get the text inside the div? How do we get the text inside the div? There was a special function. Come on, remember we have already discussed it yesterday. Let me open the code.
We did the inner HTML.
Yes, inner HTML. We want to change the inner HTML of the count. We don't want to change the count because count cannot be changed, because count is what? Count is all of this div. We don't want the div. We just want the thing that is written inside it. So I'm gonna say count dot inner HTML in order to see what is inside this count. So I'm gonna click it. Perfect. We are getting this 0 that is inside the count. But what is the color of this 0?
Black.
Is it black? That is this 0.
Color of the 0?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the color of the 0?
White.
White. And white color represents which data type? Remember, we have discussed this, like this was the first lecture in our JavaScript.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question is, the color you're seeing of the 0 is white, and white represents which data type? Like if you remember, we have discussed, wait, let me do it again. So I'm going to say console.log salam. I'm going to say console.log and a number. We have salam being printed as white and 2 being printed as purple. So white is the color of which data type? White represents which data type? String. Good. And purple represents any other data type apart from strings. So now tell me, what is the color of 0? It's white, and white represents which data type? Strings. So can we add anything to the strings? Like, can we perform addition or subtraction or any mathematical operations on a string?
Yes.
Can we? Can we perform? Strings cannot be performed. Strings don't have the ability to be performed the mathematical operations. Like for example, if I were to add +1, let's say. Okay, we have count.innerHTML to be equals to 0, and I'm adding 1 to it. What should be the answer? Or maybe wait, instead of 1, I'm gonna add 5. So count.innerHTML is 0, and 0 plus 5 is what? 5. So it should get me 5. But what does it get me? It gets me 0 and 5. It's not adding them. It's not performing addition. It's just doing what? It's taking this and yes, it's concatenating. Good. Why is that? Because strings cannot be performed into mathematical operations, cannot be converted into mathematical operations. So this inner HTML gets me the string.
Oh wait, if
Yeah.
you got 0 and 5 instead of 5 because adding strings is not.
Because it's concatenating. Wait, let me do it like this. So what is count.innerHTML value? What is the value of this? What is 0? Good. So 0 plus 5, it should say what? 5. And 5 plus 3, it should say now 8. What is the value of? I should change the, okay, wait. Let's say 5. Okay, so let me remove this. I'm going to say the value of count is 5. I'm going to remove this, What should be the output now if I were to click on this increase? I'm saying that when I click on this increase, get me the inner HTML that is inside the count. So count is what? The number div. So what is inside the number div? 5. So it should get me 5, but the color of 5 is white, and white represents strings, and you cannot perform operations on strings. How is it so? I'm gonna say, let's say 2, and okay. So count.innerHTML is 5. So 5 plus 2, it should give me what? 7. But what does it give me? I'm gonna click it again. It gives me 52. Why is that? Why does it give me 52? Yes, it's basically doing what? It's getting the string and it's adding two. It's not adding mathematically, it's concatenating these two. Okay? Exactly. Okay? This plus is not being treated as a mathematical operator. It's being treated as a concatenation operator. So what should we do? Now we get the problem. And the problem is this count.innerHTML returns me a string. And I cannot perform operations on a string. So what should we do? There are two ways. The first way is we can convert this inner HTML into a number, and then we can update the values. But again, this is a lengthy process. We are going to do a simple process. And what is that? Outside this listeners, I'm going to take another variable and I'm going to call it num. This num is going to be equal to 0. Okay, is that clear? I've taken a variable that has a value of 0. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so every time I click on increase button, I want my num variable to increase. Now we can increase this number. We can perform mathematical operations on this num variable, because this num variable is a number and not a string. I am going to confirm you that. That's why I'm going to say console.log and num. I'm clicking it. What is the color of this 0?
Purple.
Purple. That indicates what? What does this purple color indicates?
The variable?
It's a number.
Numeric value.
It's a number. This purple color indicates that it's a number. And if I were to do, let's say, this, I've put this 0 in quotation marks. And if I were to click on it again, what is the color now?
It's white.
It's white, indicating what?
String.
It's a string. So that's the difference I wanted to tell you guys, that you cannot perform operations on strings. Mathematical operations can only be performed on numbers. Okay, and that's exactly what we want to do. We want to perform mathematical operations on this this count variable. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. So now it's a number. Let's confirm it. Yep, it's a number. Okay, this it has a purple color. That means this num is a number and not a string. Okay, what do we want to do on every click? We want to increase num by how many values? How many values do we want to increase? Yeah, 1. So I'm gonna say, when I click on this ink button, I want my num to be equal to the previous value of num plus 1. And I'm gonna console log it, and you'll see. Let me show you the algorithm, what's going on. First let's see the output. Is the num increasing?
Yeah.
How is it increasing? So I've said here that now the new value of num is equal to whatever the previous value of num is. So for the first time I click, what's the value of num? The first time? 0. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1. So basically num becomes here as 1, and this 1 is reinitialized here. So now num is equal to 1. When I click on it again, now it said that the new value of num is equals to the previous value of num. What is the previous value of num now? No, no, no. 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So the new value of num is now equals to 2. So here we have stored 2. So if I click on it again, so basically it's continuously repeating the same steps again and again. But we have a simple way to do this. Instead of writing this, I can just write num and then plus plus. What does plus plus mean? We have yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, good. We have seen this in loop. It basically adds it by 1. And what does this mean? Yeah, increase it by 2. So we want to increase it by 1. So I'm not gonna say this. I'll just say plus plus, and I'll console log it and see the output. And perfect, it's working. But I want to see this output here. Now this is I'm not gonna do this one. You have to tell me how can I do it. Now we know this num is being increased again and again. Let me change this back to 0. Now we know this num is being changed on every click. So how can I basically take this value and assign it to this value? How? We know the num is being changed. On every click, num is being changed. We want this count, the text that is written inside this count, to be equal to num. So how do I get the text inside this count? So I'm going to say on every click, take the count div and get me the text that is inside this count div. How do I get the text inside the count?
The inner HTML.
Good. So we're going to say the count dot inner HTML is going to be equal to what? What is being changed again and again?
The number.
The num. The num. Num is being changed again and again. So that's it. Only 2 lines of code is going to make you your counter. Does that make any sense? Or is it difficult?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, good. So now let's do it with the reset, and the rest is the homework. So let's do the reset. So in order to work on reset button, we need to get the reset first. So I'm going to say let res, and then how do I get this button, this reset button? How do I get it? Document, good. And then dot querySelector, good. And then
then reset,
operations, and then dot reset. Okay, because it's a class. Now we need to get outside of this event listener, because this event listener is only for the increase button. Now we need another event listener. We want to listen for the click on this button that is being named as res. So I'm going to say res dot, and then how do we attach the event listeners? Res dot, and then we need to listen for the event. Yeah, good.
Add event listener.
Good. Add event listener. It's a what?
Event.
It's add event listener is what?
Function.
Good. That's gonna take 2 things from us. And what are those 2 things?
type of functions.
Yeah, good. The first thing is type of function. So type of event, not function. Type of event, and it's click. The second one is the function that is going to be performed on click. So this time I'm not going to write anything. What should we do when the user clicks on res button?
On the reset button?
Yeah, the reset button.
So in a reset,
we want to make this 0
It
like
needs
this
to be
number.
0 again.
Yeah, it's gonna be 0 again. So how can I do that? It's related to this.
We have to do the document.
No.
The number should equal to 0.
Perfect. The number now should be equal to 0. Like whenever I click on this rest button, the value of number, whatever it is, it should go back to 0. Is that it, or should we do something else as well? Okay, let's test this out. I'm gonna say now it's 7. Okay, I'm clicking on this reset. It's not resetting, but if I were to click on this increase, where should this what should this number say now? I've clicked on this reset. I'm gonna click on this increase. It's gonna say 1 now. Oh, why is that? Why is like that? Okay, wait, let's see. The value of num is 10. I'm clicking on reset. Okay, I've clicked on reset. If I were to click on this increase again, what should it say? It should say 11, but it's not gonna say 11. Why is that? Look, if I were to click on this increase, it's gonna say 1, not 11. Why is that? Let me tell. Okay. Yes, because we have said the num should be equal to 0. If you were to click on this increase again, so it starts from 0, but I'm not seeing 0 here. Why is that? If I were to click on this reset, it's not getting it to 0. Why? Because we have all everything is correct here, but there's one line missing, and that line is, which thing is handling this? Which thing is handling this? The thing you're seeing here is the count. Yeah, good. It's the count. It's the count HTML that is being shown here. We have only updated the number variable. We haven't updated the count in our HTML. So that's why you're not seeing the HTML being changed. You're just seeing the variable being changed. So that's why when we click on this reset, we want the number to be 0. But the count.innerHTML should also be equal to the value of num, and the num when clicked on reset is 0. So let's test it now. It's 10. I'm gonna click on reset. It says 0 now. Any questions? Here's the code. Here's the code. If you have any sort of questions, you have to ask, because everything else is your homework. In fact, I'm gonna make it a little difficult as well. So if you have any questions regarding this code, which is hardly, I guess, the main functionality is around 4 lines. So if you have any questions, please ask. Do you guys have any questions? No. Okay, great. If not, I'm gonna assign you this homework, and the functionality should be applied to all of these 4 buttons. Plus, I'm gonna also assign a new assignment, and it's gonna be really interesting as well, and that as well, plus the bus assignment as well. So before the next class, you would have around 3 to 4 assignments of the DOM manipulation. Okay, and this is really important, because the main programming is your JavaScript. Okay, the main development, the main programming is your JavaScript. So if you don't have any questions, so inshallah we'll meet before in the next class, and I'm going to assign the assignments to the portal. You can check that out, and yeah, that's it.
Another question.
Yeah.
What's the LED one?
What's that? Sorry.
The LED button.
Okay, yeah, the LED button. So when you click on this LED, this number should glow. And how does number glows? Let me give you a hint. Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint, but you have to implement it yourself. I'm gonna say style, and what's the name of the number? It's number. So I'm gonna say dot number. Is basically styling. Okay, and the property is text shadow. Okay, we have 4 properties. We have, let's say, x-axis, y-axis, spread, and blur, and the color again, like box shadow. Let's say I'm gonna say red. So we're not seeing it here. So Is it implemented? I guess we have added another property here. Can you see the shadow? No, there's no shadow implemented. We have text shadow in place, but oh, wait. Properties text shadow, so why isn't it being implemented? Let's say 4 pixels, 4 pixels. Can you see?
Yeah.
So this is how you need it to glow. Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, welcome. Okay, thank you. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next class. Allah Hafiz.